Welcome to Spectator Sporting, sponsored by SpectatorSporting.com. I'm Zach Roach.
I'm Adi Waller.
This is episode number 36. We call it the Jerome Bettis edition. Shout out to Jerome Bettis, Hall of Fame running back, Super Bowl champion. We got a big show today. NBA 2019, 2020 NBA preview. A lot of stuff to get into. We're going to give the conference winners. We're going to predict who's in the finals. And we have a special guest here today. We got my main man, Terrence Calvin. He's going to talk all NBA with us. He's going to be here with us all day. Can't wait to get into it. Make sure you go on YouTube and subscribe to the Spectator Sporting page. We got previous clips, the last week's show, and we're going to have this one up there very soon. Go ahead and check it out. Also, go to SpectatorSporting.com. My man Adi has wrote some great articles on there. Go ahead and check it out. Now, let's get to the show. NBA 2019-2020, a surprise champion last year. The Toronto Raptors won the champion last year, so they're defending their title this year without Kawhi Leonard. But a lot of moves happened in the West. Of course, the Lakers got AD, Kawhi to the Clippers, a bunch of other moves. So this is one of the most excited I've been about an NBA season in a long time because we really truly don't know. So we really truly guessing on when we do our prediction today. So let's just get right into it. I'm gonna start with you, Adi. Which team do you think will be this year's pleasant surprise in the NBA? Which team is gonna be like, wow, I didn't see that coming?
Well, you know what? In the Western Conference, the headlines has been dominated by the rise of the LA teams, all right? You also had the surprise signing of D'Angelo Russell to the Golden State Warriors, and you had that huge trade with Russell Westbrook going to the Houston Rockets. But let's not forget the Denver Nuggets was the number 2 seed last season, okay? Yeah. They made a nice trade in the offseason. They traded their 2020 first-round pick for Jeremy Grant. That was a low-key trade right there. That dude has been getting better every year, and he's going to be a nice backup to Paul Millsap. And Michael Porter Jr., this guy was supposed to be the number 1 pick in the 2018 draft, but he hurt his back. He slipped in the draft. The Nuggets went ahead and drafted him, knowing they was going to sit him for the whole season. So he's going to be a rookie this year. He's going to have his rookie year this season. So I'm looking at him like, man, this dude, he can back up Will Barton. He might end up starting, but he's going to start off the bench playing 25 to 30 minutes a game. The Nuggets are deep, all right? And you got Jamal Murray. He just signed a 5-year, $170 million extension. That was smart by the Nuggets to keep that man on the roster. Yep. I know he's itching to get back on the court and redeem himself after shooting only 4 for 18 in Game 7 against the Portland Trail Blazers last year and the loss in the second round. So he definitely is ready to redeem himself. And Nikola the Joker Jokic, the best, most versatile center, all-around center in the NBA, great passer like Bill Walton, like Joakim Noah, Arvydas Sabonis. He's one of the best passers, shooting, getting about 7 assists a game, all right? So the Nuggets have fallen under the radar, but they're still legitimate contenders in the West.
The Nuggets are definitely going to be a good team. I don't think it'll be a surprise, but I think they are a good team. They are loaded with talent. What do you think? Who's your sleeper, Terrence?
I don't know if it's going to be a surprise, but I have to say the Golden State Warriors.
Ooh, I like that. I like
the D'Angelo Russell addition. Mm-hmm. I like the Willie Cauley-Stein from Sacramento.
Great pick.
They really needed a center, I believe. You still got Draymond. You know, you have Steph Curry, and Klay Thompson will be coming back. And I think they're going to make some noise. I wouldn't write those guys off yet.
Golden State, you definitely can't write off because they still have the best point guard in basketball.
Absolutely.
And Steph Curry. There's no question about it. And you got that guy on the team, anything is possible. I'm going to go to the East. Detroit Pistons.
Wow.
I like the front court. I like Blake Griffin and Andre Drummond. And they made some Markieff Morris picking him up, and they have a nice bench coming up with Luka and Derrick Rose. Derrick Rose could be the steal of the free agency draft because he can get you 18 to 20 points off the bench. And I think Detroit in the East, which is not as strong as the West, they could be a team that could be vying for a top 5, top 6 seed in the East. Which team? I'll start with you, Terrence. What team you gonna be like? That we might think is going to be good, but they're not.
Houston Rockets.
Whoa, that's a big one.
Houston Rockets.
Whoa.
They're in the West. The West is stacked. It's loaded. I wouldn't be surprised if Houston, they're going to make the playoffs. But James Harden, Westbrook, I just don't know if it's going to work. Eric Gordon, I don't know if there's enough balls to go around. They lost CP3. I mean, he played pretty good while he was there.
He did.
They went to playoffs, almost beat the Warriors. I just don't know if the Rockets are going to get over that hump. I don't know if they might be a first round out.
Wow. Yeah, that would be
That'd be shocking.
Yeah. No doubt.
What do you think?
Well, I'm going with the Boston Celtics.
Ooh.
Okay, we're going with the Celtics, man. Last year, Jason Tatum was supposed to have this breakout year last season. That didn't happen. The pressure's on him to perform. They were smart by replacing Kyrie Irving with Kemba Walker. That was nice. But they replaced Al Horford with Enes Kanter. There's a drop-off there. Kanter, he can score in the paint, but he doesn't have the outside shot, the three-point range that Al Horford brings. And he definitely doesn't have the defensive tenacity that Al Horford brings to the game. And so they have the 7-6 Taco Fall is fun to watch, but is he the next Yao Ming?
Great story.
But the Boston Celtics, they got a plethora of first-round picks with that dumbass trade with the Nets back in 2013. All right, and they're supposed to be an elite team, it's supposed to be a contender, but they looking. I feel like they're gonna be mediocre and they're gonna be disappointing this season.
Yes. Well, the Rockets, Boston, I can see. I don't know. It's up in the air. I'm gonna say the San Antonio Spurs. This will be the first year the San Antonio Spurs will not make the playoffs in forever.
22 years.
Okay. Yeah, 22 years.
They tied the record with
This will
Philadelphia.
be the year they will finally miss the playoffs.
Wow.
I don't think this is the first time that I can say that about a Greg Popovich coach team, as long as I can remember, before the Tim Duncan era started. I don't see the talent there. They have some solid players, but I think the way the West is built up and as strong as it is, I think the Spurs will be on the outside looking in when playoff time comes around.
But they're motivated, man. If they make the playoffs this year, that'd be 23 straight years of making the playoffs, and they would have the record.
They could be motivated all they want. They're not better than Denver. They're not better than the Lakers. They're not better than the Clippers. They're not better than the Jazz. They don't have the talent that these other teams. This is the first time.
Like, give the point guard back. They're starting point guard. Murray.
He'll be back.
They got DeMar Carroll on that small forward.
They still have LaMarcus Aldridge. I mean, they have solid players. But the West is loaded.
I can't wait to see your playoff predictions in the next segment.
Yeah, the West is loaded. So we got this thing. There's something going on with the Cleveland Cavaliers. The LeBron, it all traces back to LeBron. But one player that's still stuck. We ain't gonna say stuck. He got paid a lot of money. He signed a contract, so he ain't stuck. Kevin Love. Kevin Love is an all-star player, double machine. And Cleveland is rebuilding. Do any one of you, I ask you first, Terrence, do you see Kevin Love getting traded? And if it is a team out there, if you were one team out there in the NBA, who you think should trade for Kevin Love?
If I'm one team, I gotta go with Boston Celtics. They should make a push for Kevin Love. I mean, they're like a few pieces away. You just lost Al Horford, to Philadelphia.
Yep.
I mean, Jaylen Brown, I know he wants more money, but you have the pieces. You can trade. You can make some moves to get Kevin Love in Boston.
Yeah,
you can.
Yeah, that's a good point because they have the Memphis Grizzlies first round pick. It's top 6 protected. For this season, and then for the 2020 draft, and then the next draft is unprotected if they don't get it in 2020. So that's a pick they can trade to Cleveland to get Kevin Love. That would be a smart move. But I'm going with the Miami Heat.
Ooh,
I'm going with the Miami Heat.
I like that one.
I like their 2018 first round pick, Bam Adebayo. That guy's a monster in the paint. He'd be a nice complimentary player for Kevin Love, make life much easier for the guy. They still have the former All-Star Goran Dragic on the team. And also, I'm liking this guy from Kentucky, the shooting guard first-round pick, rookie Tyler Hero. That guy has been on fire in the preseason. Pat Riley is excited about him, and hopefully he can carry it on in the season. They definitely need his outside shooting. And Jimmy Butler needs a guy like Kevin Love, a guy that has a championship ring. He can get you 17 to 20 points a game, get you double-digit rebounds, and right now they look like they can make the playoffs, but they're not going to be They're not going to be able to contend with the guys like the Bucks and the 76ers until they get somebody like Kevin Love. I think the Heat needs that guy.
Both of you make compelling arguments. I'm going to say the Portland Trailblazers.
Whoa,
Portland.
I like that.
Look, because Portland is so backcourt dominated. They need somebody up front who can score the ball as well. And Kevin Love can not only shoot score, but he can score down low and he can shoot the three. That's going to open the court up even more for C.J. McCullough and Dame Dollar. And I think he would be the perfect fit. If they had Kevin Love in the Western Conference Finals against Golden State last year, they might have came out of that series with like a player like Kevin Love. So I think Portland Trailblazers, because I still think until they get somebody in a forward, a good forward to help the backcourt, they're going to be in the same predicament. They're going to be in the playoffs. They have a great backcourt, but they need a forward or somebody else who can get buckets, rebound, and do everything. And I think Kevin Love will be the perfect fit for the Portland Trailblazers.
They just lost Amino, right?
Yeah, he plays for the, did he go to the Orlando Magic? I feel like he went to the Orlando.
We'll look that up.
Yeah,
we'll look that up.
But Nurkic Kevin Love's an upgrade from Nurkic.
Well, Nurkic will still be there.
Yeah.
Kevin Love, you slide him in the power forward right next to Nurkic. Yeah. And now you got something.
Another shooter.
Another shooter and a rebounder and a smart player. A double-double machine.
Yeah.
You're watching Spectator Sporting on SpectatorSporting.com. When we come back, who needs to step up? Also, is there any other rookies besides Zion? And much more when we get back. We'll be back. Welcome back to Spectator Sporting, sponsored by SpectatorSporting.com. I'm Zach Roach.
I'm Adi Wiley.
This is episode number 36. We call it the Jerome Bettis edition. Super Bowl champion, Hall of Fame running back. Shout out to Jerome Bettis. Big show for you today. We are doing an all-NBA preview. We're going to pick champions. We're going to pick rookies, everything today. So this is all NBA. Make sure you go on SpectatorSport.com. Check out the previous videos, previous clips, and there's much more coming after this show as well. Also, shout out to our special guest. He's here with us the whole show, Mr. Terrence Cabin, talking NBA with us the whole entire show. So let's get to the next topic. Now we're talking, there's a lot of players that's good, but we need some players it's time to take it to the next level. Meaning, if you're not an all-star, you're at least playing on the all-star level. I'm gonna start with you Adi, on this one. What player you think, or players think it's time for them to step it up, take it up a notch this year?
Well, you know what? This guy has no choice but to elevate his game to an all-star level. The 2019 Most Improved Player, Pascal Siakam.
Ooh,
I'm going with Siakam, man.
I like that.
Kawhi Leonard became the first player in NBA history to switch teams after winning Finals MVP. So now everybody looking at Siakam like, what you gonna do, all right? The man still has a solid team. He has Van Fleet, he has Kyle Lowry, Marc Gasol, and Serge Ibaka. But it's time for Siakam to go ahead and become the leader of that team, be the go-to guy, and maybe Toronto can pull some upsets in the Eastern Conference.
Let's go with you, Terrence. Who you think?
I'm going to go with Gordon Hayward.
Ooh, I like that one.
He's the highest paid player on the team. And, I know you came off the injury, but it's time to elevate your game. You're supposed to be the best player on Boston Celtics. Mm-hmm. It's time to get out, go to the finals.
Gordon Hayward to the finals.
It's time.
You know what? I got a Boston Celtics too, but it's not Gordon Hayward. It's Jason Tatum. Listen, it is time. Okay. Look, I don't want to hear nothing else about Kyrie Irving. Kyrie Irving is not in the picture no more. Okay, it's Gordon Hayward and it's Jason Tatum. Listen, you started off great rookie year. And then all the Boston Celtics talking about, well, we went to the Eastern Conference Finals without Kyrie. Now Kyrie is not there. I expect Jason Tatum to be an all-star this year. If he's really that guy and he's really that good, because let's be real. There's some rookies who come out and kill their rookie year, and then they get the scouting, they get tape on them, and they're not the same the next year. So Jason Tatum, I know you've been working out with Kobe. It's time to show that, and it's time for you to step up to the plate if the Boston Celtics are going to be good.
No doubt.
Absolutely. Now, it's a lot of rookies, and the one rookie that's getting all the credit, and deservedly so, is Zion Williamson. The man is a dunk machine. He's in the paint. He's fast. He's athletic. He'll knock you out. He does it all. But besides Zion, Terrence, I'm going to start with you. Besides Zion Williamson, what rookie are you looking at like, hey, this rookie going to be that deal?
Carson Edwards.
Ooh.
I like his game. He's once again Boston Celtics. Don't have Kyrie there anymore. Rozier, he's going to Charlotte. You do got Kemba Walker,
but he's back up, yeah.
But Carson Edwards is a backup. He can come and light it up off the bench. Because Kemba's going to play. He's going to put up numbers. But I just think Carson Edwards is going to be have a chance to be that rookie that people was going to talk about.
Wow.
Yeah. I like Carson Edwards, man. He's a little guy, got a flame. He was flamed in the preseason just like Tyler
He
Hero.
hit 8 threes the other night, so.
Yeah. So, you know what? I'm going with the Minnesota Timberwolves. They traded Dario Saric in the number 11 pick to move up in the draft and take shooting guard Jared Culver, okay?
I like him.
That guy is excellent in the pick and roll, and he can even break down defenders in one-on-one situations. This guy, he's averaged like 18 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists at Texas Tech. He's intense on the defensive side of the ball as well. He says, put me on the team's best player. Karl Anthony Towns was unsuccessful in recruiting his boy D'Angelo Russell to Minnesota, so Jared Culver can take that spot that Anthony Towns is trying to hand over to Russell and play alongside Jeff Teague and another guy who needs to step up his game, Andrew Wiggins. Play with those guys and build some chemistry and try to sneak up on some people. But Jared Culver, I'm going to keep an eye on that guy this season.
Jared Culver, I do like. There's some other rookies I like. It's some other ones, but the one I'm really looking at, and the one who I think could be the best player when it's said and done this draft, Ja Morant. The number 2 pick going to the Memphis Grizzlies. I think he's the point guard of the future. That's why they traded Mike Conley away, because they knew they was drafting that guy. Him and Jaren Jackson, and they're gonna make some noise over there in Memphis. Not this year maybe, but in the next couple years, Ja Morant will be one of the best point guards in the league. I don't know if he's gonna win Rookie of the Year, but he's that dude. He's 6'4", athletic, can pass, got court vision out this world, and can score and take over a game. Ja Morant is the guy I'm looking to watch. I'm very excited to see him play. Absolutely. All right, so let's before we go to the next subject, let's remind the people you're watching Spectator Sporting on SpectatorSporting.com. This is episode number 36, the Jerome Bettis edition. When we come back, playoff prediction. Who are we gonna pick? This is the part of the show I've been waiting for. We'll tell you when we get back. Welcome back to Spectator Sporting, sponsored by SpectatorSporting.com. I'm Zach Roach.
I'm Andy Wallace.
This is episode number 36, the Jerome Bettis edition. The bus, the man that'll run you clean over. I still remember he ran Urlac over right into the end zone. Didn't mean to bring that up. I'm sorry, but shout out to Jerome Bettis. Make sure you go to SpectatorSporting.com. Videos, articles. Go on YouTube and subscribe to the Spectator Sporting page. And if you want to chime in, comment, go ahead and comment. We're here for it. We will respond back. So I hope you do comment because we're ready for it. NBA preview today, big show today, and it's time to pick our playoff teams. Mr. Terrence Cavan, who's here the whole show doing the NBA with us. We're going to, Terrence, go ahead. We're going to start with the Western Conference. Let us know who is going to be in the playoffs in the Western Conference.
The Western Conference, we all know, is loaded with talent.
Absolutely.
A lot of teams, a lot of moves being made. But I have to go with Clippers, Lakers, Warriors, Blazers, Nuggets, Utah Jazz, Rockets, and Dallas Mavericks.
Dallas Mavericks. That is a shocker right there. Anything that's different from your list to his?
You know what? That was a good picking Dallas.
I like
they got Vegas got them projected to win 41 games, but they got them as a 9th seed. And I agree with Vegas on that. I don't get them making the playoffs. I like Porzingis and Luka Doncic. I like those guys. But I'm going with the Spurs, man. I think they're going to break the record. I think they're going to break the NBA record. Consecutive seasons making the playoffs to 23. Okay, breaking the Philadelphia 76ers record with that. I like the DeMar Carroll signing. Marcus Aldridge is there. They got DeRozan. I like that team. The Spurs always make the playoffs, man. I got to take the Spurs. That's my disagreement. I got the Spurs in over the Mavericks.
And the Spurs will not make the playoffs this year. But I'll tell you who will. I'm pretty much with you on everyone. The New Orleans Pelicans will be in the playoffs as the AFC. The young and upcoming Pelicans with Lonzo Ball, Zion Wilson, Drew Holiday, and they have some talent. Ingram, Derek Favors, JJ Redick and company will be the AFC. The New Orleans Pelicans. Lonzo Ball will be top 3 in assists, and Zion Williamson will probably be Rookie of the Year. They will make the playoffs as the A seed. It's a lot of competition. I get why you say Dallas, because Luka Doncic is a hooper. He's a baller. I think the Spurs the players you name, they don't stack up today. I don't think they're athletic enough. I think they're too slow for all these teams in the West right now. And I think it's they have to get more athleticism now because the West is ridiculously loaded, like as we always speak.
Yeah, so you got the Mavericks out.
The Mavericks is out. Yes. The Mavericks is out. They will be contending. They'll be fighting, just like the Spurs. They'll be fighting. It'll probably come down to the last couple days of the season. But I think the Pelicans, because of the athleticism, they got shooters, and they're going to be able to run up and down the court. I think they're going to be a handful to deal with. Okay. The New Orleans Pelicans will be in the playoffs. So, Terrence, after all these playoff teams, who's coming out the West?
Who's coming out the West? Oh, man, this is tough. You know, I want to say the Clippers or Lakers. It's going to be one of those LA teams.
You got to pick one.
I gotta pick one, but I'm gonna go with the Clippers.
Yes.
I like what they're doing. He got the claw on the team. I mean, any team this guy goes to, he's winning the championship. This guy's that good, and I feel like it's an upgrade from Toronto to go to the Clippers with PG-13. I just think it's an upgrade, so I just feel like he's gonna make noise. They're coming out the West.
All right, it's a good pick.
Agree? Disagree?
I disagree. Okay, this squad would be the lowest seed to make it to the finals since the 94-95 Houston Rockets with Clyde the Glad Drexler and Akeem the Dream. Okay, hey, look, due to Klay Thompson's injury, the Golden State Warriors will not be a top 5 seed in the West, but when he returns, he's coming back with his Splash brother, D'Angelo Russell, Draymond Green, and LeBron, Rondo, and Kuzma are going to have fits with those guys on the perimeter. Houston, you already talked about how they've been underwhelming in the playoffs. Russell Westbrook and Harden has been underwhelming. But you know what? The Clippers, that will be an epic series. Clippers, Warriors. I can see the Clippers closing the series with a game with Lou Williams. You got Patrick Beverly, of course, Kawhi, PG-13, Montrezl Harrell. That guy has a high motor. But I feel like the Warriors got a huge chip on their shoulder. They're playing this whole season without KD. They got to prove to everybody that they can be successful without the guy, and they'll make it to their 6th straight finals. All right, the only team that made it more times was the Celtics, back with Bill Russell and them, more times in a row. Okay, so I'm going with the Warriors going to the finals.
I like that. I like that. That was a courageous pick. I'm not gonna lie. I get Warriors too. But I was this close. Y'all keep talking bad about the Rockets. I was this close to picking the Rockets because I think they're going to be better. Because one thing Westbrook is going to bring to that team is speed. They're going to get up and down the court, and Westbrook is going to have some for the first time and he's ever had shooters. So when Westbrook penetrates to the lane, he's got shooters on all the wings that he can pass the ball to. So I think they're going to be a lot better. But I'm going with the Lakers. I'm going with the Lakers. I'm going with the Lakers. Listen, that team is deep. That team is very deep, and I think with LeBron, and I think Anthony Davis is hungry. He wants to show people with Kuzma, and I think when you got a leader like Rondo on the team who can help everybody develop, listen, I want to pick it's three teams that to me can go to the finals. The Clippers, the Rockets, and the Lakers. In my opinion. Now, there's a lot of good teams, but if I had to choose one, it'll probably be the Lakers because I think Anthony Davis is the difference. Anthony Davis, the 6'10", 6'11" guy who's going to get you 29 to 30 points, going to get you 14 to 15 rebounds a game, and going to be on defense. You talk about offensively what he's going to do for the Lakers, defensively what he's going to do for the Lakers. Him being able to switch on pick and rolls, him being able to rebound. He's always going to be one of the top shot blockers in the league too. That's the difference. And him and LeBron on the pick and roll is going to be a nightmare. A nightmare.
I was this close to agreeing with you, bro.
A nightmare. And don't get me wrong. It's barely. It's barely. Like, it wouldn't be shocking me if the Clippers come out the West. Because the Clippers defensively are going to be monsters.
They are.
The Rockets are going to be really good. Golden State is going to be good, but I just don't. I think the player that's going to suffer the most, is going to hurt the most without KD is Draymond Green. I don't know if Draymond Green is going to be like that this year. I think he's going to be the player that's going to suffer the most.
The man's going to play defense. He's going to team. He's all-around game, get his assists, damn near triple-double.
We'll see. We'll see. Don't get me wrong. Draymond, he's still, but I think with him not he's gonna have to score a little bit more.
Yeah.
He's gonna have to score a little bit more. So we gonna see.
I like D'Angelo Russell to take some pressure off him with that. But we haven't mentioned the Utah Jazz. All right, they got Conley in the trade with the Grizzlies.
I got them as a 5th seed.
Yeah.
I got them as a 5th seed, and I think they're gonna be a tough out. Whoever has to play against them, like for instance,
did you see Zion against Goldberg?
Yeah, Zion.
Yeah, he did.
Zion's not real; he's a robot.
Yeah.
But the Jazz are a very good team, though. With Mike Conley Jr. Running the point guard now, they're going to be a tough out. I mean, like what we talked off air. If they was in the East, they'd probably come out the East.
Yeah, definitely top contender.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? They could come out the East. You know, with Donovan Mitchell, yes. Yeah. And then they picked up, what's the boy from Indiana?
Yeah, the guy, the shooter. He averaged like 20 points a game, played for Indiana.
Donovan.
Yeah. So that was a sneaky, great pickup. They did lose, but they got Mike Conley.
Rubio went to Phoenix. Rubio with Phoenix.
They got Mike Conley.
And Booker. Phoenix should be decent with Booker and Ayton.
So the Nuggets are going to be good. I mean, the West is just loaded.
Yeah.
That's just what it comes down to. It's loaded. It's hard to pick. I mean, either one of us could be right. So we will see. Now let's take it to the Eastern Conference. Last year, we know what the Claw did to the Eastern Conference last year. The MVP, he went up against the Greek Freak in the Eastern Conference Finals and really showed him what it was about. Really showed him what was it about to be a champion. But now, no more Claw, no more LeBron. Now the East is literally wide open. Terrence, give us your playoff teams in the East.
Playoff teams in the East. Bucks, 76ers, Pacers, Brooklyn Nets, Raptors, Heat, Celtics, and Pistons.
Yeah. Now look, okay. Well, only thing I would say about that, I do agree with what you just said, but Orlando Magic did make the playoffs last season.
They did.
With Nikola Vucevic. You think because they just ended their 6-year drought, so it's time to start a new one, huh? Time to start a new drought.
No love for the Atlanta Hawks going to play with Trae Young?
No.
Trae Young?
I like Trae Young, but they don't have the talent to match up. They don't have the talent.
Okay.
Anybody willing to pick the Bulls to go to playoffs? Anybody?
No.
They don't care about defense.
Jimmy Buckets with the Heat. Would Jimmy Butler lead the Miami Heat to the playoffs this year?
I got him there.
You got him in?
Yeah.
Pick the Heat.
Yeah, you got him in there?
Yeah, I'm in the playoffs.
I don't.
Oh, so who you get?
I don't have the Miami Heat in there because I feel like I think I like Detroit in the playoffs. And I think I like the Magic in the playoffs.
Oh, so you get the Magic in over the Heat?
Yeah, okay. Yes. I got the Magic in the AFC. Look, the Heat, they're going to be a tough team. They always coach well. But I think Jimmy Butler might have bit off more than he could chew. I know he wants to be the man, but he's going to, every single night, he's going to have to really be the man. There's no Ben Simmons, there's no Joel Embiid, there's no Karl Anthony Towns, and there's no Wiggins. Oh, he don't have a teammate that good in Miami.
Yeah, I mean the former All-Star Goran Dragic. But you're right.
Yeah, he don't have a teammate that good.
That's why I say they need Kevin Love. They need to make a trade for K-Love.
Now they could make it. I also think the Hawks are going to be fighting. The Bulls will not be fighting. But so Terrence, who's coming out the East? Who's going to play your LA Clippers in the finals?
Milwaukee Bucks.
Woo!
You gotta go with the Bucks.
Giannis is gonna get it done.
You got the Lopez brothers there. They shoot like the Splash Brothers right now.
7-foot Splash Brothers.
You still got Middleton. You got Bledsoe. They did lose Brogdon. That was a huge loss because I like Brogdon.
Yeah, he went to the Pacers.
Yeah, and I want to say Philly. I'm just not sold on them. I don't think Embiid's health is an issue. Simmons not shooting. You lost Jimmy Butler, your best defensive player. Do Philly have the shooters to make the finals?
They got Josh Richardson from the Heat.
They do, but Bucks have the shooters.
They got Tobias Harris. He could shoot. Al Horford can shoot the 3 too.
I do like Horford addition. I just feel like Giannis he's on another level.
And then they still got Middleton. So you got the Bucks. You agree or disagree?
Well, you know what? Just like Terrence said, it's between two teams, the Bucks and the 76ers. The Ben Simmons is the X factor in between both the teams. He only shot 18 threes in his first 2 years in his career, made none of them. Okay, that's why everybody went crazy when he hit that three-pointer in the preseason. Everybody went nuts. We'll see if he can stay consistent. Just attempt the shot. At least take the shot.
Yeah.
But when Al Horford is your best 3-point shooter on your team, he got some problems, all right? And they traded Landry Shamet to the Clippers in that Tobias Harris trade. Okay,
we forgot about he was on the Clippers.
Yeah, he's a sharpshooter. Okay, and I was surprised that JJ Redick left him to go to New Orleans. Yeah. I was surprised about that one. So their shooting situation fell off, and the Milwaukee Bucks, like you said, their shooters everywhere. They got Cal Korver. Okay, Cal Korver's there. Ilyasova can shoot it. I like that guy Pat Connaughton. He showed out in the playoffs, and they got one of the best shooters in the league, Chris Middleton. He's one of the best shooters in the league. So when the reigning MVP, Giannis Antetokounmpo, goes to the hole and teams collapse on him, he got some flamethrowers out there he can toss it out to. And the Milwaukee Bucks is not a one-dimensional team. They led the NBA in opponents' field goal percentage last year, holding them to like 43%. The Milwaukee Bucks, they haven't made it to the finals since back in the day with Oscar Robertson, the original triple-double man, and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, the best center in NBA history. They led them to the finals back in 1974. It's time for the Bucks to go ahead and end that drought. Fear the deer, all right? And I get the Bucks going to the finals. I agree with you, man.
Well, I get your picks, and that's a great pick. But we're going to take it back to 1983. Dr. J versus Magic Johnson. I think Philly is going to the finals because, yes, they do have some offensive deficiency. But defensively, they're going to be so hard to score against. And Joel Embiid, who's in tip-top form, has lost 20 pounds. If he's healthy, that is a man that cannot be stopped in the hole. He can shoot the three, and he can post up, and they're big. And what did Giannis struggle last year with Toronto? Their size. Their size. They're going to be able to build that wall up against Giannis. Once again, in the Eastern Conference Finals, they're going to be able to put that wall on them, and they're athletic enough and quick enough to get back out to the shooters, sort of like Toronto was. And I think in the series, that is not... The Bucks is not a good matchup for Philly. Philly is a bad matchup for the Bucks. I think it just doesn't work out. I think the matchups do not favor because we you talk about the Lopez brothers, but they got to guard Joel Embiid. They got to guard Joel Embiid, and they might be in foul trouble. Yeah. And then you also got Al Horford, who can, when Embiid goes out the game, you can slide him up the center. Mm-hmm. And defensively, they're going to be tough. Tobias Harris is going to be there as well. I think Josh Richardson was a great pickup, but the key is Ben Simmons. If Ben Simmons elevates his game just a little bit, I got Philly coming out the East.
There you go. You Ben Simmons. You said that's an X factor. That guy ain't shooting that ball. Now look, we didn't.
What about shooters?
What about?
But you got to think about this. Listen, last year they were lucky bounce, or people say a lucky bounce by Kawhi Leonard from going to the finals last year, or going to play Milwaukee in the Eastern Conference Finals. So despite Ben Simmons not having a jump in this, they almost still, they damn near still went to the Eastern Conference.
With Jimmy Butler on the team.
That is true.
And JJ Redick.
And JJ Redick. I think Josh Richardson's gonna, I think he's an upgrade from JJ Redick. He can't shoot better than JJ Redick, but he can play defense, and he's athletic, and he can get his own shot better than JJ Redick.
He can get his own shot better, but his shooting.
Redick shooting.
They will.
They don't have the shooters.
They will, but I think Philly defensively, Philly is going to be a tough team to deal with defensively because they're tall. You got your point guard at 6'10", Embiid is 7 foot, Al Horford 6'10", Tobias Harris 6'9", 6'8", Josh Richardson 6'6". That is a long, tall lineup.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Bledsoe did make an all-defensive team.
He did. But yeah, we see Bledsoe
Bledsoe defense
until it got real.
Embiid's not shooting. Embiid's not. Simmons not going to shoot. So
we'll see. It's Milwaukee. I do like Milwaukee. They do have a good team. I just don't think they match up with the Philadelphia 76ers.
Now, let me ask you this though. All right, we didn't mention Victor Oladipo will rejoin the Pacers. They got Malcolm Brogdon. Mm-hmm. They got Sabonis and Turner. They got a decent team, underrated little team. What you think about the Pacers maybe contending against the Bucks or the 76ers?
I like the Pacers. They don't have the size to compete. The Bucks, they're too much, man. I mean, they play great defense. They good in transition. I mean, Giannis, he gets to the hole there. Turner, he's just gonna get dunked on. He's gonna kick the ball out. They're just too many shooters. They got so much talent on Milwaukee Bucks, man. Fear the dare.
The Pacers are going to be a good team. They are going to be a good team. They have, Victor Oladipo. Well, first of all, we got to see how healthy he is, because he's not even coming back at the beginning. So we got to see how healthy he is.
True.
But if he's the Victor Oladipo, they will be a tough out because they play hard. Nate McMillan has them play hard. They're well coached. They run plays, but they did lose some key players last year. I think their limit is a second round.
Second round.
The second round out. Yeah, second round out. They might, unless they play Boston or something. Then that can go either way.
Right,
we just don't know. So you guys. So let's go through this. You got the Clippers versus the Bucks, and you got.
I got the Golden State Warriors versus the Bucks,
and I got Philly versus the Lakers.
Right.
All right, so. Now it's time to end it all. Who's going to win it? Who's going to be the 2020 NBA champion? Who's going to be wearing that trophy? Who you got, man?
Milwaukee Bucks.
Ooh!
PG-13 does not perform well when it's time to perform. He doesn't. I just don't have no faith in him. Kawhi's he's gonna play good, but I think Giannis. I think they're gonna get over the hump. I think they're gonna win the championship.
Okay. You know what? I got the Golden State Warriors winning their 4th ring in 6 years.
Now I know you don't like Kevin Durant. Nah, this ain't. You're not just speaking despite Kevin Durant. Now you.
Man, you know what? I'm glad he left Golden State, man. So we can get some more parity in the league.
Okay.
But I just think Klay Thompson and them, they're underdogs now, and they're going to thrive under that.
Yeah.
And I get them beating the Milwaukee Bucks because, you know what? Eric Bledsoe, I think he's going to be exposed in the finals because he only shot 23% from three-point range, and he was benched for George Hill last year in the playoffs. So that's going to hurt them against Milwaukee. Against the Golden State Warriors. But I got Stephen Curry finally getting that Finals MVP. I know he's chasing that. So I got the Warriors winning championship over the Milwaukee Bucks.
Listen, this is a tough one to call, but I'm going with the Lakers. Look, LeBron gets his 4th ring this year. I think AD gets his 1st ring. I just think the LeBron and that team, the way they're constructed. And don't forget about the sneaky picks up of Dwight Howard. Not a Dwight Howard fan, but he will help the Lakers out. Along with bringing JaVale McGee back as well, so they're going to be big. They're going to have some size. They got speed. They have shooters on their team as well. So, and Kuzma is going to be wide open all the time because everybody's going to be so focused on LeBron and Anthony Davis. I think they go to the finals and they win it this year. And LeBron gets that championship, and he'd be the first player. I don't know if he's the first player, but one of the only players to win a championship on 3 different franchises. But Anthony Davis will be the MVP, not LeBron James.
Clippers really don't have an answer for.
No, that's why
you can't put Harrell on. He's going to dominate.
And that's my problem. That's my problem with them going against the Lakers.
Yeah,
because you got people for LeBron. You got PG-13, and you got Kawhi Leonard. Yeah. But I think Anthony Davis is going to be so much of a problem for the Clippers because he's going to be. They got the other center, the guy they got from the Lakers, Zubac, or
Zubac,
yeah. And he's gonna be too slow to deal with Anthony Davis. It's just so I just think
the Warriors, man. You can't put McGee Davis. I mean, he's gonna.
So listen, I like you going with Golden State though because they do have the 2-time MVP in Steph Curry. And Steph Curry was phenomenal last year for the most part as well, and he's been the best point guard for like the last 5 seasons. So I understand you.
D'Angelo Russell,
but we got to see if Klay comes back and he's Klay. If he's Klay, they're gonna be a tough out. You're absolutely right about that. And the Clippers, defensively they're gonna be hard to score against, and they got Kawhi Leonard who can take over games. We've seen him do it time and time and time again. But Milwaukee's your champion, Lakers is mine, and Golden State is his. You've been watching Spectator Sporting on SpectatorSporting.com. This was episode number 36, the Jerome Bettis edition. We want to give a special thanks to our friend Terrence Cabin for coming here and doing the NBA preview show with us. But until then, until the next episode, make sure you go on SpectatorSporting.com. Check out this show. This show will be up there very, very soon. Until then, we out. Peace.